Hey there.
Good morning, pretty girl.
I'm glad you're getting a chance to read the paper and have a cup of coffee. I'm fixing to walk out the door and set the food down. So well, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Well, hopefully I'll get well into my second cup here, and I'll have 2 cups in me before we go walk, because 1 cup's not enough.
Sounds like a plan. Tux was around the corner, but everybody's here this morning. Stripe is much happier now that he has some Cadillac food in his own bowl. And the other boys are over here. I put some Cadillac food on top of the less desirable stuff for them too. So everybody's happy. It feels good out here. I'm warm and it's nice and brisk. Although it's going to be 84 today for us standing out in the sun for 4 hours. What happened to 74? Good morning, Panther. The girls are here, but they caught them a little something on their own for breakfast, and they're not so interested in coming up on the porch right now. They're down on the ground in the front yard. I'll spare you. That's what cats do sometimes, though. Yeah, that door didn't sound right last night, and it didn't fail to come down, and now it's beeping. We don't need garage door problems today. It's coming down rough. Oh no. Oops. Let me see if I see something blocking it. I would say, I don't think so. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm not seeing a problem. It's getting stuck at the, yeah, I know, it's getting stuck at the very last hinge and I don't see a reason. I'm sorry, I tried to go fix it for you. Not that that's happened even once when there's been a door problem. I'm very good at coming and telling you there's a door problem, but I'm not very good at fixing a door problem. It's 8:15, so we're early on our walk, but technically we're 15 minutes later than I wanted to start our walk. It'll be all right. We're shooting to leave. We're shooting to leave by 9:30, so we won't have much time when we get back to the house.
I think it's the spring that's broke on the garage door, and I have one. These are different than the springs you might be familiar with. These are inside of the torque tube, and you take your electric drill and you wind this screw, and it tightens the spring, and then of course you turn it the other way to unwind the spring. So it's actually a very neat way of doing the spring for the garage door. The only thing bad about it is the spring is covered inside that tube with grease, and then when you pull it out, you get all greasy.
Gunked, huh?
Yeah. It's like, you know, like all these nice clean electric things, and then you have to
touch that stuff. Ew!
Reminds you like working on a car or something.
Well, I'm sorry that you may have to do something over the weekend.
Yeah, well, the spring, they're relatively inexpensive. I think it's like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. It's not a lot.
Well, none of these things are bad when you can fix it yourself and you're not having to pay someone else. So the last time I had to have a spring replaced over in Willow Spring at my old house, it was an emergency. Number one, because I couldn't get the door up and my car was trapped in there. That's always what happens to us poor women.
Yeah.
And number two, that was a different kind of a spring, and you really need
yeah, those are different.
Yeah, that's different.
That spring, that
you're gonna go get that piece of trash.
You have a special tool
At least we keep the road that we walk past police. We need to do the street again. Maybe tomorrow or Monday, we'll see.
I guess I can see.
Don says he thinks it's a legitimate piece of mail, so he stuck it in the mailbox that was right there. Whoever got their mail. By the way, I don't think Don lifted that mailbox so it was standing, and nobody else has come out. Yeah, nobody else has come out and fixed it. So, yeah. I think it goes to the residents across the street, which is where the guys run that trucking business and live, I think. It's a little chilly. I didn't wear my jacket.
It's all right. You're supposed to be running.
Okay. I think I enjoyed our walks more when we just strolled.
Oh, I definitely enjoyed the walk from the couch to the kitchen, to pour coffee, and back to the couch. That was an excellent walk.
Well, you see, we're out here this morning, even though we're going to be standing on our feet at that event for 4 hours. Oh, that was only one light pole, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will make it.
Downhill.
I will make it.
Doing great, sweetie. Almost there. 50 feet.
I'm feeling sluggish.
25 feet.
Normally I've been awake for
10 feet.
and this is the uphill part.
You're uphill. But now you're all warm.
But she's running downhill. Families are here for baseball practice this morning. The high school team just went out on the field. And they're setting up over here. Pretty sure it's all practices because the kids aren't in their shirts, and they don't ever have games this early in the day. But the games are coming. Probably later today there'll be some games. Does it make you feel better you're not the only one up early exercising this morning?
I guess.
I didn't think that was going to go over.
I don't mind to some extent. It's nice. This is the right time of the year. I just don't like having to rush, go.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can come up with for next Saturday. All right, I said let's start running laps, boys. No rest for the weary or the young. Right, Donnie? I told Don.
Rest for the old, you should say.
You're not old.
Oh,
you fall into
no.
the young category. You look 10 years younger than you are. Nobody's gonna look at you and think you're 64. This is our third lap now. We're almost around and ready to head back out of the park. Lots of people over here enjoying this morning. Well, I'm glad to see some of the families are exercising around the track while it looks like all boys this morning while their sons are on the field. Those that aren't out there helping with practice for the smaller kids.
Almost messed up.
And forgot to stop.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. 50 minutes, 54 seconds, 5,868 steps, 2.83 miles, and the pace, drum roll please, 17:55 per mile.
Yay! Under 18.
Yeah.
Woohoo! We're in. It went up fine. Dawn says down is the problem, up is never a problem with the spring.
Right. What happens is the spring gets even tighter going up.
Yeah.
So the spring is tight going down, which helps the door become light. but this is such a gear ratio, the winding of the spring, that it can pull the door up because it's got a worm gear drive and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but going down, the spring has to have the tension to cause the door because there is no weight there.
Anyway, he's going to manually put it down, zip it up for the day.
Actually, I'm just going to push the button.
Hope. Or push on it while it goes down. That's what he did the last time. He's going to be the spring, he says. Okay. Hey, Mart. Hi, Mart. I am sending the directions of where we're going from my phone. I had to go in and open the Tesla app. For some reason, it wasn't started. And share it to Ruby. Okay, it says it's shared with Ruby. I guess I'm gonna have to close that screen to see it. Is that what it did? Yep, Public Works, 955 Old Wilmington Road. Get there at 10:45 a.m. That's 15 minutes before the event starts. That should be good. Well, on one hand, I'd rather you were driving, but I'm sorry, you are not allowed to drive my car. Because if something happens to the safety score, it better be on me and not on you.
That's right, yeah. Some of us who have like
84.
80 scores, or actually I haven't even gotten out of the 70s. I'm sure
No, your score is 80. Well, yeah, because I've helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you mess up on the very first drive, it's and no miles on Jules really to speak of it. That's part of the problem too. But
that's right.
Yeah, so I'm driving even though I don't really want to.
I'm sitting over here enjoying my coffee.
Yep.
Like being chauffeured around.
Well, Ruby says it's 72. It is a nice morning for a ride, although the sky is sort of that milky white yuck right now. Not really a super pretty sky. And we're on time still to get there a few minutes before the event starts. I'm sure they like to have the cars parked before people are walking amongst the cars. But I know Julio was going to pick a good spot for Ruby. And so no worries whatever time we get there, we get there. I'm riding on autopilot most of the trip except for where we've had to make a couple turns or slow down for towns. Although there was one railroad crossing and I was slowing down using the stalk in 5-mile-per-hour increments. And Ruby actually slowed down 10 miles an hour more than I was going to slow. For that particular railroad crossing, somehow she knew she needed to do that. And then I bumped it back up because since I had slowed it manually, she couldn't, go above where I had it set. But we're in pretty good sync this morning. Pretty good sync. Well, I guess I would say that this is certainly a road and a trip that I would attempt to use the beta on. A few turns, a few stops, a few things the car should slow for. Not incredibly, taxing like a downtown Raleigh trip would be. But, certainly a few things to make sure the car is handling properly. There was one split in the road where 210 went to the right and 401 went to the left, and Don had to let me know as the co-pilot that I needed to go left, so I kicked it out of autopilot and did that. I'm sure, the car at that point probably would have handled that okay. It wasn't exactly a turn or anything, but anyway, we're just cruising, hopefully racking up some safe miles. There was one hard turn and one hard braking event. Not really, but I'm afraid it's over criteria. There's a difference between a truly unsafe hard braking event and a hard turn and a here's a stop sign up. Let's just regen down. And what the car is critiquing me on versus what's real, and they were both done under autopilot. So we'll see when we get down here if there was a hard turn or a hard braking event. I'm going to blame autopilot because I'm still skeptical that nothing is counted if you're on autopilot. Just a little skeptical. So as soon as we pulled up today, there were a lot of interested people that came up to talk to us immediately. And I swear we've been here like 45 minutes and I've been talking nonstop, and this is the first time I had a chance to catch my breath and say anything. I'm talking really fast so I won't get dinged for the copyright music in the background, which I admit is a little bit annoying to me because I want to be able to, you know, film a lot here, and with the music in the background, that makes it hard. There's Julio's beautiful S, and there is a Y and a 3 down the line, which I will walk and show you here in just a little bit. So I'm down on the end, and I'll go through the vendors here in a little bit. I'm a little farther away from the music, so maybe it won't be quite the impact, but there's actually a lot of Teslas here. A couple of S's, a 3, a red X like Ruby, but not Ruby. A midnight silver metallic Y, and another blue 3. So, but Julio and I are up here on the end. This must be an ID4 because it's a Volkswagen. I don't know the ID4 enough to tell you, but I'm guessing that's what these two vehicles are. I don't know if they're owner vehicles or dealer vehicles. And then the Bolt that was behind us, and I think this is a Prius over here on the end. You know, I never have time at these events to bring my EV3 robotics equipment, but I would love to do that with the kids sometime. I guess this is solar. Is this supposed to be solar?
Yeah. Although
I see it now.
Hashing out using cannibalizing some of our old drones and using the little drone batteries and creating little electric cars, and they have a solar charging station here.
Well, my Lego EV3 has a lithium-ion battery, rechargeable battery.
Yeah, how big is it?
It's a pretty. It's a square like that, only an inch thick.
Okay. Huh.
And it runs for 10 hours easy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really a good battery, and I've had them for like 5 years now, and they're still. Lego Mindstorms EV3.
Oh, I know those.
Yeah, sure you do. Yeah. So what are we building here? Bracelets and necklaces?
Not necklaces, they're just
bracelets.
Right,
okay. Very cool. I like. So nobody can hear Ruby because, sir, you need to, I was going to say, please don't get too close. Please. Thank you.
Attention everyone, it's time for our first raffle prize to be announced. Doris Skillman, please head over to the Sustainable Sandals table and pick out your prize basket. And the winner of the pair of Marksman's tickets, Miss Anna Cott. Head on over to the Sustainable Sandhills table and claim your tickets. We're still selling raffle tickets for only $1.
Go Ruby, go!
Over to our table and grab some. Our next raffle drawing will be in 1 hour.
Okay, I do see now. So I missed the fact that the white S over here is a plaid. I don't know how I mean, I just wasn't looking at the wheels when I walked past, I guess.
That thing is beautiful.
Holy moly, it is a plaid.
Yep.
Well, I need to make friends with this Tesla owner. I do.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Hi. Oh, here's another Model X. Woo! It's pretty. Very pretty.
About the super speed and the plaid.
The kids are over here having fun with the It skidded. It did a skid. That was great. It slid. Fantastic. So the family with the plaid has an older Model S. And little kids that can still enjoy sitting in the back. Yeah. It's supposed to be very safe back there with all kinds of extra support and reinforcements, and how fun if you're little. Wow. Real. So any customizations on the outside yet, or just all this is how it came?
They took off the front license plate.
Oh yeah. Sure. And did that mean he had to repair holes?
No,
No?
it was blue. They just
Okay. Well, I can't tell it was ever on there, so he did really good. Yeah, that whole, we tested it. The NHTSA, we have to leave it on there at ship time. That whole thing is sort of annoying.
absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any tips?
Future Tesla divas. How do I engage autopilot?
You push that button in.
Okay.
Time,
Does
yeah.
it work like the 3 and the Y, or it's a little different too?
I think it's similar. I've only driven a 3 with autopilot.
Right.
And I didn't pay for the full self-driving, so it just has standard autopilot, but it goes stoplight to stoplight for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it just won't change lanes, take ramps.
Well, this
it
is
won't
kind of
summon.
nice how it extends. Does anything ever come over
Nothing
here?
that I've seen yet.
So you can see that it's over there, but that would be nice, maybe the turn signal or whatever.
But as far as I know, you can kind of see. Well, I have polarized sunglasses. You can really see where the screen stops right about there.
Okay, it does, even
It's
though the
pretty much
plastic
the same
extends.
size as the Model S screen before.
Right, and
Just
now
a little-
this is 17 inches instead of
Yes.
15 like in the 3 and the Y?
Correct. 17-inch.
Okay.
It's got charging right there.
Does it? But it's passive. It's you just set the phone down and you're
Yep.
not actually docking it.
Yep.
And then
And
this is a nice soft open and close.
Yes, you just push it all the way,
Yeah, like the X and
then
the.
you push it, and it goes halfway.
Yep.
And it releases.
Oh, and then
push
again. Okay, so it's got a halfway mark now.
does,
The
yeah.
X does not have the halfway mark. And
Okay.
here's your little cabin camera
Uh-huh.
and the dome lights up
Yep.
there, which the X obviously doesn't have because we've got the.
Okay. Yeah, these seats
So-
are air conditioned too.
They are. The seats are back to air conditioned seats.
Yeah.
It feels nice. I mean, it
I don't
doesn't
know if
feel.
it's on right now, if the air conditioning's on.
It
the
doesn't
seats.
feel.
But you can push the climate control button and it'll show you
The
the, air
climate-
conditioned seats.
It looks different. Where's the climate control button?
At the bottom on the left, I think, where the
Oh,
fan
just where
icon
the
is.
where the 70 is. Dog, keep, camp, cool. It is on cool, but that's not showing me the seats. Oh, auto. Okay, there's the seat is on cool now. You can see the little blue. But I thought it felt. Oh, I can feel it. I figured it out, and I can feel it. I figured it out, and it's on now, and I can feel it. It's great. It feels,
Yeah, it's pretty
it feels
nice.
pretty wonderful.
Pretty nice.
Pretty wonderful.
Yep.
So I was just trying. I've not been in a car that had the new UI on it. You know, I've got the latest UI for the X, but not. But yours
Yep.
is what's still
This
one.
is an MCU3, so it's totally a different computer. It has the AMD's latest GPU, which has ray
Okay.
tracing.
Okay.
So there's video games on this that you can play, but none of them are like anywhere close to using the gaming potential.
Potential.
Yeah, so
okay.
you game here, you can game back there separately as well.
So the little get to the games icon, which one
Yeah,
is that
so
now? I
this
know
is like
I
the
know
shortcut here.
I know the glare is terrible.
Yeah.
And then the focus is
you would have to
down.
be in the shade to really
That's-
see.
That's all.
But I usually just hit, I think one of these might be the shortcut. Yeah, there's an entertainment one.
Okay.
Looks like it's
arcade.
loading something up. Yeah, and then you got your browser,
Okay.
your toy box, which is the same as the MCU2.
Well, I have to say
And that's
that in
neat.
comparison to the X screen and the Y screen,
Super fast.
well, it's the richness of the
Oh,
colors is out of this world on this screen.
It is unbelievable. I
is.
noticed, I have a first generation 2013. It's
Right.
a night and day from that.
Your wife had showed me the kids
Yeah.
have their fun seats in the back and all.
Yes,
What do you
yeah.
call them? Jump seats.
Jump
like-
seats,
yeah.
yep.
So the screen that's back here,
Yep,
are they allowed to watch it
Yes,
while
while
you're
they're driving,
driving?
they
Thank
are.
God. You know,
yep.
when I went from a Honda Odyssey
We have one of
with
those.
little kids and the DVD player up in the middle, and it's got 240,000 miles on it, and I keep it for if I need to drive and I'm real like in the snow or salt and I just don't want to take out one of the Teslas. But the kids love the DVD player, and Elon was like, just hand your kid an iPad. Well, but that's not really what you want. I mean that's fine, but
Built-in
that's
is
not.
nice,
So,
yeah.
but they can watch it. They have their own
It has
control.
video games. It has the whole arcade.
Everything back
Everything
there.
here is back there for
Yeah.
entertainment. And it has its own climate control, heated seats as well. All 3 seats are heated.
Are you comfy back there? She's watching whatever she's watching.
Yeah, she's watching something. It's not playing over here because
Right.
we're doing this.
Okay,
But
now can you sync it up to both be the
yeah,
same?
so you can see it. So while you're parked, the YouTube can be the same, or whatever you're watching can be identical. Actually, you might be able to hear what they're doing. Hold on. There's media and theater. Oh, there. I think that's what she's listening to.
It is, okay.
Oh no.
Okay. So for you, liking the yoke?
I like it. I thought I was gonna hate it. I don't think I would choose it over a regular steering wheel, but it's a fun change. It makes the car, I think, more fun to drive because it's dimmer. It's not, to me, it's not terrible and annoying like I thought it was going to be.
So no Alcantara on the dash, but it is up here.
Everywhere else,
It is and then I'm noticing I really do like this fabric.
It is
nice.
I do.
Well, I have carbon fiber in my X because that's before they made it performance only.
Oh,
So
okay.
we paid an upgrade for it, but I have the carbon fiber in my X. But
a
I
lot
like
of these don't have the carbon fiber.
Really?
This is a sought after interior. It depends on what color you buy, I guess.
Ah, okay.
Or how you order it.
Okay.
I didn't order this car. I got lucky and walked in. I happened to be there.
Wow.
Hold on a second. I love the touch button.
Well, my back and my
What is it, Tanya?
Daddy, where's mommy?
it's very
I don't know,
cool
you should find
underneath.
her, though.
The cooled seats, I really noticed the cooling.
they're amazing.
I am. It is enough to notice.
This one's on too, just not full blast.
You want it if you
You
can
definitely
get it.
want the
Oh
cooled
God,
seats.
it's awesome. I love it.
It makes summer driving like a game changer.
Right.
Like, I love driving it around now in the hot sun because it's so comfy. Oh, one thing I'll point you to that I care, I'm a car enthusiast, so what I care most about is the performance.
Okay.
So acceleration has a chill, a sport, and a plaid mode.
Okay.
Chill, literally my 2019 Odyssey could probably beat this thing in chill mode.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't know if the older ones have it.
And drag strip mode.
And then drag strip, which tells you how to do that. It takes like a couple minutes to condition the battery and the suspension. I haven't used drag strip mode yet. I will here soonish. Sport probably uses like 70% of the 1,000 horsepower.
Okay.
And then plaid is all out.
So
now it
so
will
this
not.
is 0 to 60 is
1.99 seconds on
okay.
the
Right.
You can get tickets, yeah. What are they for? Mode. I love cars, and I used to race cars on the track, so I usually leave it in sport, but I adjust this to keep myself like.
Yeah, your wife says
probably when I take everybody for a drive, I'm gonna put it in chill mode. I'm gonna hit it, you guys. Like,
your wife definitely seemed to indicate that she would prefer you being chilled when she's in the car, but you know, other than that,
yeah,
well,
it gave
she should be used to the S. The old S is pretty fast too.
It is, but it doesn't feel fast anymore. This is my favorite part. Is the suspension.
Wow.
It actually is in real time shows you bound and or compression and rebound, which is just basically bound and rebound. When the suspension compresses, that's racers call it bound, and then rebound is how it comes up. So it tells you what it's doing, and you have these adjustments here. Auto, which I usually use comfort or sport. I guess I could use auto, but I just choose those two. But advanced is awesome. I have it all the way firmed up. You definitely notice the difference with your suspension fully firmed. It's still, I swear, my 2013 P85 Plus still feels like it has less, like it feels sharper on the turns than this. It also is a little bit lighter, but that car's special too because of the suspension upgrades it came with.
Right. Well,
I don't think this car probably handles better, but I haven't. That car like feels more like a Ferrari around the turns than this car. This car feels heavier.
Okay.
So I'll have to give, and of course I love the sunroof that my old car has. This car doesn't have a sunroof.
Right.
So well, this is what I love right here. This is my favorite. I'm always touching either this to change it to whatever mode, and I'm always touching the suspension.
So for the driving enthusiast, there are some goodies here. That
exactly.
Okay.
Because this one has the 19-inch wheels with the Slipstream or whatever they're called hubcaps. I get almost 400 miles of range. It's just like 396. I want to say.
Almost 400?
Yeah.
Really? You know, I have to laugh though. Somebody was like, "Oh, the Lucid Air is out and it gets more miles than the Tesla S." And I'm like, anybody can put a larger battery pack on a car and get more miles tomorrow.
Well, don't knock that car because apparently it's not because of their battery pack. It's because of their efficiency.
Okay. Well, I have not watched the latest out of spec.
Yeah.
Kyle has had the car out for a drive, and I know that he's been on site with them a few times. But I just don't like the whole range is the reason why you should buy this car or that car. It wasn't really a reflection on the Lucid.
It's like the Tesla. They came out with a very high-end car, which is the one right over there. And they've got to make a difference, right?
Well, and it's an American car, so I'm all behind that too.
Yeah, me too. I think Lucid. I hope Lucid does really well.
Yeah. Don and I think Tesla own a few shares of Lucid.
I do
now.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm not disparaging them in any way.
I think that car is awesome, but I prefer this car because I'm a performance guy. The Lucid Air is a little bit slower than this, but this car has a lot more appeal to me, and it's actually cheaper than the Lucid Air Founders Edition. That one's like $179,000.
Yeah, well, they'll get it down. I'm sure over time they'll get down. Maybe.
Yep. So, so yeah, I've done pretty well in the last few trips. Kilowatt. This car is way more efficient than my 2013.
Oh, so this is just the trip thing I was going to say, because I have Tesla 5 running on my X and RY.
Yeah.
And, so I'm used to it. It's just formatted differently. So I'm like...
yeah, don't see the chart thingy. I don't know how to get to that. I haven't found that chart yet.
The energy chart, like, you have to be navigating.
Yeah.
You have to navigate someplace first, and then...
oh, the dash cam I have off. Okay, I didn't realize that. I don't know if I want that on or not. But Sentry mode, I do like. Don't particularly need it in my garage, but when I park in public, I'll turn that on.
Right, I have it turned off at home because I have other cameras on the car, and I don't need to be draining in the garage.
Yep.
Yeah, I have cabin overheat protection on.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. My other car has that automatic.
Well, I'm liking the change in the UI if that gets rolled out to my car eventually. Right now, I'm working so hard to get the FSD beta. I'm sitting at a 99. I know you're enjoying.
Oh, full self-driving.
Yeah,
you have to put enough miles on it.
No mile restriction, but you have to drive. You can't basically. You have to drive like Grandpa, and I know you're not going to do that.
Oh,
Even if you had FSD, you're not going to do that.
I am not interested in the full self-driving at all. Like I like the autopilot. I'll probably never buy the full self-driving because I'm a car enthusiast. I like to drive. I used to race cars.
Well, my husband and I are older than you. And we're thinking in 10 or 15 years, our driving skills may not be so good. My husband's 64.
Okay.
So by the time he's 75, he'd love the option of the car. It's better than being stuck at home and you can't go because you can't drive yourself. So our perspective on it as older people, I think, is a little bit different. And you should buy the long range if you have this in your budget. You should probably buy the long range because the long range costs a lot less, and I think it's pretty much the same. Right. It might have a regular steering wheel. I don't know if I'm ready to upgrade Ruby my Model X or not. She's kind of special to me. At 85K in 4 years we've bonded, but I so appreciate you letting me come and sit in it. And this, like I said, this is the first one I've had the pleasure of seeing in person, and you're so informative. That was really great.
I'm a car enthusiast, so
I'm sure our viewers tomorrow will really enjoy it. Yeah,
definitely.
You're headed to Mars.
Yeah, but the screen is super snappy.
It's very responsive, and then it's beautiful. Although I guess sitting here, Don and I don't have a screen protector on our car.
This has the original plastic on it, so you're looking through the. Sure. It doesn't have any official screen protector on it.
Right, I know Eric Strait on the Derek channel. He's all into the anti-dimming. God, the word won't come to me.
Anti-glare or something.
Anti-glare,
This is I usually use this. It's just amazingly snappy. I'm just so floored.
It is.
By how fast it is.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
I zoomed in for somebody on the X screen a while ago, and it was sufficient. Yeah. But it wasn't snappy.
Believe me, I have a MCU1 in that. It just got the memory upgrade, so it's better than it was, but it's not even close.
Does that car have the tech package?
It does. Has the tech and the lighting package. It is amazing. I'm selling that car actually.
Are you?
Yes, it's a 2013 with only 16,000 miles on it. It's a P85 Plus.
Wow.
Only 1,200 of those made. It's got the Napa leather, Alcantara.
There it is over here. You can see it.
21-inch.
I showed them the jump seats when I was talking to your wife.
This car is special.
Your kids are going to miss the jump seats.
They will. I'd have too many kids to take the whole family in this car. So it was a big sacrifice for us getting this car. We're losing that opportunity to take our whole
I guess the car seats are all still in the other S at this point.
They are, yeah. And but the rear jump seats do not require
empty back seat. Although you can see the two on the sides are also perforated. They have the
they're not air conditioned, but they're heated.
Oh, no.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sure
they just look like the front seats, but they don't actually.
They're really comfy, and a big upgrade from
I am comfortable in the seat, but my husband and I both prefer the Y or the X because of the ride height.
Oh yeah.
And we're not. I mean, I've had my X around NC car. I was so excited because I got over 100, I think 117, 120. I got over 100. I was so excited. Yeah. But I'm not going to be taking. I mean, I wanted to take it to the drag strip one time. That didn't quite happen, and But
is it a Model X Performance?
no,
Okay.
but our Y is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that the Y is.
Well, that's
I insisted, my husband will tell you when I send him over to visit you that he get the Performance Y.
Oh,
so.
yeah, I would too. I mean, I'm a car guy, so. If
But you know,
it's-
those wheels are a pain.
Yeah.
They're a pain. We're driving down the road and he jerks to the left or the right to avoid potholes. It's not a very smooth ride for the passenger.
Yeah, so you got the ultra thin tires like I do on that 21s.
Yeah.
So I got the 19s on. Well, I was glad this car had 19s because I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted the performance. You actually is a little bit faster with the 19s and cheaper tires and better ride. Well, I'm going to take some people for a ride, maybe in one swoop.
Just show me the fancy adjustment screen so I can take an actual. Yeah, you can see that he does have a good amount of rubber here. So, and just to say, this was the beautiful older Model X. Where have you listed it?
Just on Facebook Marketplace. Where else should I list it?
There are a couple of Tesla Facebook groups just for selling Teslas.
Okay.
And I don't think Tesla Owners North Carolina is too sensitive about it, so you probably can list it there.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time. Super appreciate it. Marianne, yeah. So this X is specially converted for the family dog. I didn't get the story. I'll see if I can get the owner to get me the story. I don't know if it was a 7-seater or a 6-seater, but. So tell me the story about the seat removal for the family pet.
I'm sorry?
I said, tell me the story about the seat removal for the family pet.
I just got tired of like carrying him into like his
Hi, Bob.
cage.
Hi.
So
Hi. Hello.
we just took him out.
Hi. Yeah, I saw he was in there a while ago. So was it a 7-seater or a 6-seater? I have the other red X.
Oh yeah, I checked it.
Yeah,
I checked it
yeah.
out. You guys have kept it pretty clean.
Yeah, for 85,000 miles. It's pretty. It has 85,000 miles. This is 2017.
Wow, you guys have put a lot of miles quickly.
Yeah. Well, I drive a lot. Yeah. So what year is this X?
2016.
Okay, I knew it was a little older because of the piano black on the back side of the seats.
Yeah.
So is it a 6-seater or a 7-seater?
6.
6, okay.
Yeah, 6-seater.
Well, I think that's awesome for the doggy. So you don't have any alerts on the dash about the missing seats, or you figured out a way to fake it out, or?
So I know a way to like fix it, but I haven't implemented it yet because I need to find like other seats that I can take pieces out of.
Okay.
So,
now these are not the original wheels.
No.
I just noticed the wheels.
Yeah, I wanted to carry a spare.
Okay.
So yours has a square setup where the back are bigger than the
Yeah,
front.
they're staggered, exactly.
Yeah, so these are all the same all around. And that way I can carry one in long trips and not have to worry about it. It's a little bit like a peace of mind, you know?
Yeah, okay. Well, I figure I'm not ever changing a tire anyway.
Yeah.
And our insurance has towing. We pay like $5 every 6 months for it.
Yeah.
And so what's it going to cost us? $100? So I'm just not going to worry, and I'm going to call for help.
No,
because I'm not going to ever change the tire.
I know, but I don't like people towing my car.
Right. Well, they'll put it on the flatbed.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it happen, and like
I had mine towed once.
But did they treat it right or no?
Oh yeah, the East Coast towing up in Raleigh is great with the Teslas.
Okay.
I would trust East Coast. I would trust anybody with the flatbed.
Okay, because I've seen some older Teslas and I looked underneath them, and yeah, it's not good.
Well, we actually had to have one of our cars removed from the garage one time, and you'd be surprised how great the guy was that came and how he lifted the car, put stuff underneath the wheels, and then was able to pull it out without dragging it. Because we have a plastic rubber coin floor. So, yeah. But anyway, if you're up near Raleigh, East Coast is great with Tesla. But I guess if you're out somewhere where they don't know about Teslas, then maybe that's
And plus the time, it takes them a while. You know?
Yeah, oh, it will take a while. Yeah, but over an hour in most cases, no doubt. Well, very cool. The doggy has his doggy spot. Hi! You gonna show me how much you love your car?
Okay, Jack, go to the car.
You wanna show me? Jack.
Good boy.
Oh, oh, thank you, Jack. You pose so pretty.
You're on YouTube, right?
Yes, I am.
I've seen you guys.
Yep. So Jack will be the star of tomorrow's video. That and that right alongside the Model S Plaid. So I talked to Paul Johnson about Ruby. He did a nice voice interview, and I appreciate him taking the time to talk to me. Unfortunately, nobody can hear Ruby at all, but I thought I'd kick off the light show one more time because, by the way, she's worked flawlessly today in starting the light show and executing it every time with no problems with the doors. So you'll notice though, the driver's door, Falcon Wing side, that was giving me a little trouble last week in the sun and the heat, is not pointing into the sun today, so it's working good for me. So this is a 7-seater Model Y. This is my first time seeing it in person. We've already lifted this once, so I know it's safe. The lid back here is a little different. It is up high, but then flip it for me and show me it's meant to be flipped around. So it makes it a little deeper too. Very nice feature. Yeah, that's really nice. I like on the Y how it has the pockets on the side that you can get to. You know, now out in the Tesla store, there's a little cup holder thing they're selling. It's not cheap though. Somebody will third market. Yeah. But there you go, that's the difference. That's what the 7-seater looks like. First one I've seen. Thank you so much for sharing. Trevor pointed out that that could be a great limo concept for weddings. You remove the middle row and people just get in the back row. And Dawn's headed to go for a ride in the Plaid. Fun, fun, fun. So I now have a car show profile, and this is the seat configuration for a guy that's 6'7". And it was pretty good for him, except for just a little, the seat needed to be a little farther back than was great with the bar, but he was pretty comfy. He was pretty comfy, no complaints. And the nice guys with the music, they did turn it down a few minutes ago so that I could do the light show and everyone could hear Ruby. So okay, I got to hear about the Plaid. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, well let me tell you, it affected me. I mean, I'm glad that's his. I mean, it's basically unbelievable, and I was totally prepared.
Well, yeah, we've been launched many times.
But I tell you, I didn't know how much it had affected me until I got out of the car. And when I got out of the car and stood up,
you were wobbly.
I was wobbly. I actually had to just chill for a second or two.
Okay.
It actually discombobulated.
Wow. Wow. But that was nice of him to take you for a ride.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'd do it in a heartbeat again. But I'm just telling you, there's acceleration and then there's acceleration.
Wow. Dawn rides in a Plaid. Got launched. Dawn got launched. That's great. All right, Ruby, one more time today for me. Let's go, girl. Like I said, I haven't had any problems with the door today, and I didn't talk to Tesla or do anything about the door. I really think being in the shade was the factor today that kept us all good.
I heard the song of my people. I'm a fan of Tia, so.
Go, Ruby, go.
Oh, what's this now? A light show?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That is awesome.
She's gonna flap her wings in a minute.
It's only a matter of time before they rig something like that to fly. They're working on it.
There's my girl. She's dancing. Ruby was dancing a while ago.
Woo! Another successful Drive Electric event.
Yeah, I'm hoarse. I can't talk.
I mean, really, and we had to talk extra loud because of the music.
Oh yeah.
Which I enjoyed because it was all 80s stuff
pretty much.
from when I graduated high school. But we did have to talk extra loud, and we had a lot of interested people with in-depth and multiple questions, which was
absolutely.
We were not resting
No.
still the entire time we were busy, so.
Yeah. The only time I sat down was when I was in the joyride in the Plaid.
Don's still trying to recover.
Yeah, I'm up, but yeah, it affected me. No, there's no doubt.
They would have taken me too, but that's okay. I was over here talking to quote-unquote customers. The nice people over here at the Ford tent, I went over and chatted with them. There's 2 ladies and a guy, Ford employees, and the gentleman, it's his Mach-E. They didn't have any on the lot to bring, so he brought his own. So that was quite admirable. And the truck here is honestly, it's a hybrid, but it was here to bring the tent. They needed something to haul the tent over in, so they brought the truck off the lot. I thought that was really cute. We had a nice conversation with them. They were good folk over there at the Ford tent.
Yeah.
Don just informed me that he has his 10K steps, and I only have 7832. I really want to know what's up with that. And as a matter of fact, I only have 8 out of 12 standing hours. It'll probably be, you know, 10 or 11 o'clock tonight, and I'll be having to stand one more time to try to get that last hour. It's so not fair. I mean, I sat down a couple times at the event, but I barely sat down.
That's right.
The only reason why I sat down is when I needed to show somebody something on the console and it just wasn't practical to be reaching into the car to show. Come on, Apple Watch. I need the rest of my steps. I am exhausted. Anyway, I was just going to say Ruby seemed to be really popular today. With just so many people that we talked to that were really, truly interested with great questions. What would you say the biggest question of the day was, Donnie?
I would say they still think about the range. They don't quite understand that the problem with long distance travel is pretty much solved.
Yeah, it was a really good story bringing up the supercharger map for North Carolina or for the East Coast even. And I basically told people you'd be hard pressed for most places to go more than 150 miles and not run into a supercharger. They're just that close now and still being added all the time. There was a family that I talked to that had driven down to Fayetteville from Clayton, and that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good stretch, although I guess they can just hop on 95. But they didn't know about the supercharger at 4042 at the Smithfields, for example, that had just been added, and we're pleased to know that would be close to them should they decide to have a Tesla. I mean, I think folks really like the comfort of having a supercharger near where they live, even if they don't ever need it. And I get that. I get that. Yeah, but they were still asking about range very, very frequently. Most were, and was I able to charge at home, as if that was, like you would have an EV but not actually charge at your house. And how much would it cost to install charging at your house? And what are the costs of the cars, which I promised to build a cheat sheet and then proceeded to forget to do that. But that can still be on my to-do list for any future event. Let's see, what else, Donnie?
I had a couple people ask me about battery degradation.
I had one.
And I had also people, probably, now that I thought about it, some people asked him how come there wasn't all that stuff in the front of the Ruby that there was in front of the Volkswagen ID4. And, why it didn't have an engine like the ID.
Plug me in, please.
You got it in park?
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the battery ran out on us while we were driving, and my spare battery was in the back of the car because that's where my purse was stored during the event. So Donnie, I couldn't put him back on. But what were you going to say?
Right. One of the people asked me why the Tesla didn't have as much stuff up in the front like the ID4. And I told him basically Tesla was designed from the ground up to be an electric car. and that the ID4 was designed, you know, to be either gas or electric. It's built on a common platform that can do many things. So it's a compromise. A lot of different compromises went into building the ID4, and Tesla doesn't have any compromises. They wanted to build the best electric car they could, and Volkswagen and other people, they just like to build a car that will sell. That's all they're really after.
I did have quite a few people ask me to see the storage depending on what parts of the car were open when they walked over, and they were all very pleasantly surprised with the front.
Right.
And when I lifted up the back and explained how it worked, they were very pleasantly surprised about that also. I wished I had Jules to show them the little forward tray area in the 5-seater, which is quite handy. We have many good things stored in there out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, I've got Dawn a beer and steak and eggs on the way, and we're going to we're both standing out in the sun, even on a reasonable day, which today was, and there was shade if we wanted to walk a little closer to the side. I think the people that had the tents were in the shade, and the car owners that could have used to be in the shade were out in the sun. But it wasn't that bad out there. But even so, when you're outside for 4 hours like that, we're exhausted because we talked to 100 people today, and in detail, and lots of questions. And
it was reasonably well attended.
Yep.